When this Jamaican reggae powerhouse stepped onto the voice stage back in 2013, she didn't just sing, she owned it. All four coaches spun their chairs in seconds, and by the end, no one saw it coming when she smashed voting records and made history as the first foreign-born winner of the show. But what the cameras didn't show was the chaos behind that bright smile, the painful divorce that nearly wrecked her career, and the emotional battle that made her wonder if music was even her path anymore. Born Tessa Amanda Chin on September 20, 1985 in Kingston, Jamaica, music wasn't just a dream for her, it was destiny. Her father, Richard Chin, banged the drums for a band called the Carnations, while her mother, Christine Chin, sang her heart out and played the trumpet in the same group. The Chin family home was practically a mini recording studio, always pulsing with rhythm and life. And Tessa wasn't the only one blessed with that musical fire. Her older sister, Tammy Chin, also chased the spotlight and became a respected name in Jamaican music. Out of 5 siblings, Tessa and Tammy were the youngest, growing up surrounded by sound, rhythm, and a deep love for performing that would soon set their paths on fire. But here's the twist. This wasn't just any musical family. The Chins were devoted Seventh-day Adventists, and when Friday evening hit, everything stopped. From sundown Friday to sundown Saturday, there was no TV, no shows, no performances. Nothing but quiet time, imagination, and family bonding. It was pure discipline mixed with deep faith. At just 6 years old, Tessa joined Kathy Levy's Little People and Teen Players Club, one of Jamaica's most respected performing arts schools. With her mom guiding her every step and her vocal coach, Leslie Wright, shaping that powerhouse voice, it seemed like Tessa was destined for stardom early on. But then, everything changed. When she was only 12, the Chin family packed up and moved to England.
The one way I'd say it really affected us is just that time is so precious now because she's away recording and doing shows and stuff, so she's not at home as much, so it's a little bit harder for me. But I mean, apart from that, and I guess any other kind of challenges, no man, it's brought us closer together. I get to do great things like this, be here while she's on tour.
Christine Chin's mother was British, given the family roots that stretched across the Atlantic. But for young Tessa, the move was a total shock. Suddenly, she found herself in a mostly white neighborhood where fitting in felt impossible. Even school forms confused her, asking if she was Asian, black, or white. She didn't see herself in any of those boxes, so she boldly checked other. That moment became a turning point. Instead of breaking her, it toughened her up. Tessa clung tighter to her Jamaican roots, pouring her emotions into writing songs to cope with the change. England introduced her to fresh sounds, but her heart still beat to a reggae rhythm. When she finally returned home to Jamaica, she didn't waste a second, joining the reggae rock band Mile High, performing at Jazz Fest, Rock Fest, and RETV. Her stage presence was electric, and her sound carried the perfect blend of British edge and Jamaican soul. For 3 solid years, Tessa hit the road as a backup singer for reggae legend Jimmy Cliff, lighting up stages while opening for icons like Patti LaBelle, Peabo Bryson, and Gladys Knight. She wasn't just standing behind the mic, she was learning, watching, and soaking up everything from some of the greatest voices in music history. Then came 2006, and boom, Tessa dropped her debut single, Hideaway. The track blew up instantly. Caribbean radio stations couldn't stop spinning it, and soon even New York stations jumped on the wave. VP Records took notice and featured the song on Reggae Gold 2007. With over 15,000 downloads, Tessa Chin was no longer just a backup singer. She was stepping into the spotlight as a star in her own right. She kept the momentum rolling with hits like Black Books in 2007 and Messenger and Broken Melody in 2008. Then on December 6, 2010, she released her independent debut album, In Between Words, produced by Rudy Valentino and Paul Groove Galore, a deeply personal project that showed her raw emotion and pure artistry. But behind all that success, a storm was brewing. Here's the part few people knew. Tessa was silently struggling. In 2011, she married broadcaster Michael Anthony Cuff Jr., but the relationship was under strain. The non-stop pressure of the music industry, the high expectations, and the endless grind were eating away at her peace. Cracks began to show behind the glamorous image. Then, in September 2013, reggae superstar Shaggy stepped in with a life-changing offer. He urged her to audition for Season 5 of The Voice, and on September 24, 2013, during her blind audition, she took a bold chance performing Pink's Try. Within seconds, Adam Levine slammed his button, then CeeLo Green, then Christina Aguilera, and finally Blake Shelton. All 4 coaches wanted her, and the crowd went wild. Tessa made a bold move. She chose Adam Levine as a coach, and that single decision flipped her entire life upside down. Week after week, she stormed the Voice stage with performances that left both the audience and the judges completely stunned. When she belted out Whitney Houston's I Have Nothing, that performance went straight to #1 on iTunes. Then she did it again, covering Simon and Garfunkel's Bridge Over Troubled Water, and that one hit the top of the iTunes charts too. She became the first contestant that season to snag 2 #1 spots in voting weeks, an achievement that proved she wasn't just good, she was unstoppable. Then came the night that changed everything, December 10th, 2013. The tension in the room was electric as host Carson Daly got ready to reveal the winner. And when he said the words, "The winner of The Voice is Tessanne Chin," it was pure history. Jamaica and the entire Caribbean exploded with celebration, joining fans across the U.S. in a wave of pride and joy. Tessa had just broken a massive record. She received the highest number of votes in The Voice's history up to that point. She had defeated 16-year-old runner-up Jackie Lee and third-place finalist Will Champlin, becoming not only Adam Levine's second winner and the 3rd female champion in a row, but also the first and only foreign-born contestant ever to win The Voice USA. Right after her victory, Tessa dropped her debut U.S. single, Tumbling Down, written just for the winner by Ryan Tedder of One Republic. The song marked her grand entrance into the U.S. music scene, and the world finally saw that this Jamaican queen was here to stay.
Winning The Voice was only the beginning, but what came next truly tested Tessa's strength. On January 1st, 2014, she kicked off the new year in style, performing at the Rose Parade on the very first ever Voice float, waving to thousands of fans who cheered her on with pride. Just days later, on January 12, 2014, she touched down in Kingston for Tessa's Homecoming, a massive free concert in downtown Jamaica's capital. The streets were packed with love and excitement, and she received the gold medal of the city of Kingston for her global success, sharing the stage with heavyweights like Shaggy, Wayne Marshall, and Assassin, Agent Sasco, made the night unforgettable. That same year, the Caribbean Journal crowned her 2013 Artist of the Year. She didn't slow down one bit, headlining the Voice Summer Tour 2014 from June through August, dazzling crowds across the U.S. Then came the St. Lucie Jazz Festival, where she shared the stage with legends like Maxwell, Barrington Levy, and the Commodores. Not long after, she tore up the stage at Reggae Sumfest, performing alongside Sean Paul, Chronix, and Beanie Man, proving she could own any stage, anywhere. On July 1st, 2014, Tessa dropped her highly anticipated major label debut album, Count on My Love, under Republic Records, and it shot straight to #1 on the Billboard Reggae Albums chart. Her soulful voice and raw emotion had officially crossed borders and conquered charts. But behind the bright lights and endless applause, life wasn't all glitter. By 2015, the cracks in her marriage had deepened. After 4 years together, Tessa and Michael Cuff Jr. quietly divorced. There were no loud headlines, no messy drama, but the heartbreak was heavy and the pain was very real. Even as she performed at the 42nd Daytime Emmy Awards on April 26, 2015, singing What I Did for Love, and later at the National Memorial Day concert in Washington, D.C., performing I Will Always Love You with Gloria Estefan, her smile hid the storm she was battling inside. During The Voice, Tessa had once poured her heart into a performance of My Kind of Love, dedicating it to her then-husband, Michael. But when that love faded, so did a piece of her light. Heartbroken and exhausted, she quietly stepped away from the spotlight for a while. Critics started whispering that she couldn't keep up her momentum after The Voice, and some fans began wondering if she'd become just another forgotten reality show winner. But they couldn't have been more wrong, because Tessa's comeback story was just getting started. By 2019, her world shifted again, this time for the better. Tessa found love with Brandon Crooks, and by June 2019, the two tied the knot in a small, intimate ceremony surrounded by peace and privacy. Just a few months later, in September 2019, she revealed her most joyful news yet. She was pregnant with her first child. On February 1st, 2020, Tessa and Brandon welcomed their baby girl, Zaya Christine Crooks, into the world at Andrews Memorial Hospital in Kingston. She weighed 7 pounds, 15 ounces, and instantly became the heartbeat of their family. Then, in a beautiful twist of fate, on February 2nd, 2023, just one day after Zaya's third birthday, Tessa gave birth to their second daughter, Alana Denise Crooks, weighing 8 pounds, 6 ounces. Motherhood transformed Tessa in ways she never imagined. During a 2022 interview at the Jamaica Rum Festival, her father, Richard Chin, stood proudly backstage, tears glistening in his eyes as he said, "Watching my daughter on stage again, it's like she's being born again." Meanwhile, her husband, Brandon, who now works as her videographer, couldn't stop staring at her with love. "My heart melts," he whispered, completely in awe of the woman she had become. By October 2024, Tessa was ready to rise again, stronger, inspired, and more creative than ever. She announced that she was working on her third studio album with the production team Natural High Music, and her excitement was contagious. "I want to get back in that mode. I want to get creative again, and that's a blessing for me," she told the Jamaica Observer. "If I'm being honest, I haven't felt that way in a long time, so I'm just having fun." That spark was back, and fans could feel it. Then came the holiday season, and Tessa gifted her fans something special, a brand new Christmas single titled "Christmas is Better With You," released on December 3rd, 2024. Just days later, she hosted her second annual Christmas production, Our Christmas Wish, on December 15th, 2024 at Jamaica College, bringing together an incredible lineup of performers and spreading pure festive joy across the island. She didn't stop there. Tessa also hit the stage alongside Boys II Men and Lila Ike at the Live and Direct series, delivering a powerhouse performance that had the crowd buzzing for days. Her voice, her energy, her presence, it was all pure magic. Today, Tessanne Chin's net worth stands at around $1 million, earned through years of hard work, albums, tours, performances, and television appearances. She now lives in Jamaica with her husband Brandon and their 2 beautiful daughters, gracefully balancing motherhood and her music career, a balancing act she learned by watching her own mother do it all. And here's that second hidden truth. Tessa almost came dangerously close to giving it up altogether. After her divorce, she nearly walked away from music completely. The same woman who made history on The Voice almost let go of the dream that defined her entire life. Through all the heartbreaks, setbacks, and silent struggles, Tessa never stood alone. Her sister Tammy, her father Richard, and her mother Christine kept her grounded, reminding her of something powerful. Tessanne Chin isn't just the first foreign-born winner of The Voice. She's a fighter. She's a woman who stared down pain, picked herself back up, rebuilt her world from scratch, found love again, and embraced motherhood twice. Now she's creating music on her terms, not for record label deadlines or industry pressure, because she's reconnected with that pure love of singing she discovered as a little girl at just 6 years old. Her story, from that small stage at Kathy Levy's Little People and Teen Players Club, to standing victorious on The Voice stage, to raising her beautiful daughters in Jamaica, isn't just about fame. It's about resilience, family, and the unstoppable power of love. If Tessanne Chin's story inspired you, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and drop a comment below. Let's celebrate her strength, her voice, and the message she continues to sing loud and proud. Never stop believing in your comeback.